Have you or a loved one faced a medical emergency or prepared for a serious medical procedure?
Well, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, I certainly hope not, because they make it very difficult to have medical procedures done, as this video will explain. I would like to do some commentary as we go.
If so, you know how stressful that can be. Psalm 41:3 promises that Jehovah will sustain us on our sickbed. How does he do this? Not through miraculous cures, but by lovingly providing physical, emotional, and spiritual support. One means of support is the Hospital Liaison Committee arrangement. Today, more than 16,000.
Now, he's going to explain what the Hospital Liaison Committee is, but what it really is a bully system. If you go to the hospital and you need a blood transfusion, the Liaison Committee or a group of brothers will be up there at the hospital to make sure that you do not take a blood transfusion. Because if you do, and you survive, you will be disfellowshipped.
Brothers serve on or coordinate some 2,000 liaison committees around the world. How do they assist?
Our role is to help doctors and Jehovah's Witnesses to come to a consensus on how to treat the patient without breaking God's law.
Once we visited a big hospital with 2 other brothers. And when we went in, we had 25 doctors waiting for us. And more doctors were listening through a conference call. When we stepped into the auditorium, one of the doctors said to us, "Now you have entered a lion's den." Well, that was not an easy start. We were able to present our hospital presentation, answer their questions, and provide some medical articles.
These are medical articles that are carefully screened and reviewed by a panel of doctors for accuracy, for credibility.
A panel of Jehovah's Witness doctors, no doubt. There are Jehovah's Witnesses that are doctors. Now, most likely they were doctors before they became Jehovah's Witnesses, because Jehovah's Witnesses do not like higher education. So, if somebody did go to school to be a doctor while they were a Jehovah's Witness, they would not be considered a good Jehovah's Witness.
Those are the articles that are provided to the Hospital Liaison Committee brother to show to the doctor, to try and persuade him or her that this is a valid and effective treatment strategy to use that can avoid blood transfusion.
Now doctors understand patients can make their own choices regarding blood, and I have to respect the choices patients make, and they now understand that they can treat patients now without the use of blood.
So this is how arrogant Jehovah's Witnesses are. These Jehovah's Witnesses that are speaking here are not professionals in the medical field. They are simply people that have been appointed to this position by the governing body and circuit overseers and elders. So here, this man is talking about how they have convinced doctors to understand how to do medical procedures without using blood. So this is the arrogance of Jehovah's Witnesses. They now believe that they can tell doctors what to do and how to perform procedures.
Our surgeons got incredibly fantastic about doing procedures differently, advanced technology to do procedures that now didn't require a blood transfusion.
We embrace the idea that we should treat respectfully the wishes of the Jehovah's Witness patients.
Serious medical situations are stressful, and decisions often need to be made quickly, including those involving blood. The Hospital Liaison Committee arrangement provides comfort and help at the right time.
For the past year, I've been going through an extremely difficult trial. There were some false starts and misdiagnosis, but we finally got diagnosed about a year ago that I had esophageal cancer. I know that Jehovah, in this present evil, wicked system of things won't snap his finger and say, "Cancer, be gone." I know that. And I've never asked him for that or prayed for that.
Why? Why wouldn't you ask for that or pray for that? As much as Jehovah expects from you, he wants your full life to be dedicated to him, knocking on doors, doing everything for him. As a matter of fact, as this man was in the hospital, I'm sure he was still expected to get hours of field service. So why wouldn't you expect Jehovah to cure you?
But what I have prayed for is comfort for not only myself, but for my family. It's an answer to my prayer. I pray for help, and they show up. He has delivered tenfold what would be expected.
Jehovah will sustain him on his sickbed. During his sickness, you will completely change his bed. Sometimes there's a sick patient in bed fighting for their life, and they're surrounded by family and friends. And the strongest person in the room is the person in the bed. And it's this scripture being fulfilled. Sometimes they're the one encouraging everyone else. They're the ones telling everyone else, "Don't cry, it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine." And that's Jehovah sustaining them on their sick bed.
Receiving the benefits from the HLC, from my times in the hospital, makes me believe something about the HLC that's very special. It's all based on love. It's based on love, first and foremost, for Jehovah, and appreciation for what he's given us, the health that we have, and to be privileged to receive that love and to give that love is a privilege that I'll never forget.
Each of us also plays a vital role by doing two important things. First, by having a current, completed, simplified, durable power of attorney, DPA card. Second, in advance of any medical procedure, ensure your doctors will support your healthcare decisions. How grateful we are for the Hospital Liaison Committee arrangement and the thousands of brothers working tirelessly on our behalf. This is truly evidence of Jehovah's loving interest and care.
That's absolutely false. Because of the liaison committee, people die constantly because they will not accept a blood transfusion. A few years ago, the Jehovah's Witnesses put out an article with lists of people who refused blood transfusions and then died, calling them heroes. This is not a good thing. These people are not out for your well-being. They're out to make sure you don't get a blood transfusion. And if you die, then, well, Jehovah will remember you. But if you do get a blood transfusion, they will ostracize you and you will never be able to speak to your friends and family again.